Over the years, there have been several reports of ritual killings in different parts of Nigeria, and some of these stories have put fear in the minds of several Nigerians. However, in this video, I'll be showing you 3 of the most shocking ritual killings that have happened in Nigeria this year, 2022. Number 1, the killing of Sophia Kehinde. Sophia Kehinde happens to be a 20-year-old lady who was unfortunately killed by some boys whose ages range from 18 to 20. And this is one of the reasons why this story really went viral and made rounds on the internet. The fact that teenage boys actually ganged up to kill a lady just to use her body parts for ritual really shocked a lot of Nigerians. Another part of the story, actually made it clear that Sophia Kehinde was actually dating one of these boys, and he was the one who actually lured her into his house before they carried out this act. Now, after Sophia visited her boyfriend, he and his friends went on to kill her. They then dismembered her body, then took her head and placed it in a calabash. They waited till it was night before they carried out their ritual. When it was time, these boys took the head that they had placed into the calabash into a bush path. Then they set it on fire, obviously following their ritual process. However, they ran out of luck when some vigilantes noticed that some set of boys were burning something in the bush. Then these vigilantes, came over to the boys, accosted them, and they saw that these boys were actually burning a human head in the calabash. The boys were rounded up, and right there and then they were questioned about what they were doing. That was when they revealed that they were actually carrying out a money ritual process. They were also videoed, and the next day they had already been given to the policemen. Now, while they were being paraded, they also made some other confessions about how they carried out the act and how they learned the ritual process. These young boys revealed that they learned this process from Facebook, and this actually sparked several reactions from people online, because a lot of people were surprised as to how young boys like this could go on Facebook searching on how to make money through rituals. So they also stated that they had to conclude on how they would get the person they would use for the ritual. And that was how they concluded on using Sophia Kehinde for the rituals. Now, Sophia Kehinde's sister actually spoke on the issue and explained what happened on the day the sad incident occurred. She said Sophia was actually cooking beans for her mom when she got a call from her boyfriend, and she left and went to meet him. That was the last she heard from her sister. She kept on looking for her sister until she heard that the body of a girl who had been beheaded was found. She went over there to check, and unfortunately for her, she discovered that the victim was actually her sister, Sophia Kehinde. The boys are still in the police custody and they are yet to be sentenced. Number 2, the killing of Jennifer Anthony. Jennifer Anthony was a student of the University of Jos, and she was also a victim of ritual killing. However, this young and beautiful lady was killed by her boyfriend, who she was obviously in love with. A video of Jennifer Anthony in the car with her 20-year-old boyfriend, known as Moses Oko, flooded the internet because it actually showed 2 young couples that were really in love with each other. However, the story that followed was one that has kept a lot of people in shock and fear. Jennifer Anthony was later reported missing for some days, and her body was later discovered in a hotel room. But the state at which her body was found was one that kept a lot of people thinking. Her eyes had been gouged out, and some vital parts of her body had been cut off. The question was, who was responsible? The police sent out a search party, and a lot of investigations were being done, and it was discovered that her boyfriend was nowhere to be found. For so many days, there was no information about his whereabouts, And this obviously made people conclude that he was actually guilty of killing Jennifer Anthony. After a few days, it was later revealed that the boy was actually found, and where he was found got a lot of people concerned. He was found in a psychiatric home, and the police whisked him away to their station. However, what was on the minds of a lot of people was, what was Moses Oko doing in a psychiatric hospital? What might have happened between the few days that he went missing? Well, he was interrogated. However, the state at which he was met was not one that could, he was not able to give a reasonable answer. He was just looking like he had, just seen everybody for the first time. And this made a lot of people conclude that he was actually putting up a show to avoid getting, into trouble for what he did. And his father spoke up and said his son Moses was actually sent into the psychiatric hospital because he started having mental issues due to the weed he was smoking. However, the public were not buying this news. People had already concluded that Moses was just putting up an act, was just acting like a mentally unstable person so that he would evade the punishment for what he did. Also, during the interrogation, some of the tools that Moses allegedly used to carry out the heinous act were brought out, and a fork was actually placed on the floor, and it was alleged that this was the fork that Moses used in plucking out Jennifer's eyes. This story was one that has really gotten a lot of people so confused as to why a 20-year-old boy will go as far as killing his girlfriend and harvesting her body parts just to make money. Like, this despicable act is something that needs to be frowned against, and people who involve themselves in acts like this, they really get to face the full wrath of the law. So Moses Oko is still in police custody and he is yet to be sentenced. Number 3, the killer couple, Kehinde Oladimeji and Adejumoke Raji. This is another shocking case of ritual killing that happened in Ogun State. The man, Kehinde Oladimeji, is said to be a 43-year-old man, while his wife, Adejumoke Raji, is a 35-year-old woman. They were arrested with fresh human parts, which they kept inside a big bucket, and then they were paraded before the police. However, the big question is, where did they get these human parts? Now, this is where the story is about to get disturbing. Oladimeji claimed that his wife overheard him when he was speaking to someone who offered to give him the total sum of 70,000 naira if he could provide a human head. And he told this person he doesn't know where to get a human head, so he wouldn't go through with it. However, his wife, who claimed that they were in a form of financial distress, was willing to actually provide the head. Now, where did they get the head? Now, Adejumoke Raji actually had a friend who she claimed, did something to offend her. She then allegedly invited this friend over. Then she offered her friend something to eat or drink. Then the friend actually, I guess she slept off. And that was how they carried out the act. So they cut her body and placed the parts into that big bowl. And when they were being paraded by the police, the bowl where they put the body was also displayed and the content could be seen. One thing that really made this story shock a lot of people was the fact that they carried out this act so that they could make just 70,000 naira. The couple are currently in the police custody and they are yet to be given their final sentence. These 3 incidents shows that you cannot be so sure of anybody. If girls can be killed by their boyfriends and a lady can also be killed by a trusted friend, then I think we need to really be careful about people we call our loved ones. Kindly share this video to your friends and loved ones so they can learn from it. Do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the notification bell for more videos.